my name's Daniel Baxter. It's my pleasure to welcome you on board and indeed be flying you to London Gatwick on this British Airways aircraft. Some further introductions with me on the flight deck. First officer James Slack. Leading the cabin crew team out the front today is Mikey, and he's joined in the cabin by the team of Dawn, Tessa and Demi. Well, firstly, many thanks to you all for getting on board nice and promptly. We've got all the doors closed and just negotiating now with air traffic control to see if they will let us push back and start our engines a few minutes ahead of our scheduled departure time. Then when we get airborne, we're looking at a flight time of approximately 2 hours and 15 minutes, so I'm optimistic that we should be arriving a couple of minutes ahead of our scheduled arrival time into Gatwick this afternoon. I will of course update you on our progress later on in the flight, so I'll be able to give you a more accurate time for landing and also the latest Gatwick weather. In the meantime, a quick note about the British Airways seatbelt policy. When it's safe to do so, we'll switch the seatbelt signs off. If they do come back on during the flight for any reason at all, then I'd appreciate it if you would return to your seats promptly and fasten your seatbelt securely. That said, on our way down here this morning, it was generally smooth and mostly clear skies, and I would expect that to be the same for the route back to London as well. So that's enough from me for now. I'll concentrate on trying to get us underway as soon as air traffic control will allow us. Please do sit back and relax, enjoy your time with us, and I'll talk to you again later. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to show you a video highlighting the safety procedures on this aircraft. We ask you to watch and listen carefully. If you can remove your personal headsets until after the safety briefing. You may continue to use your handheld electronic devices. You need to place them into a flight safe mode now, and they must remain so until after landing into London. If you're using a laptop, please shut this down and stow it into the seat pocket in front of you. It is also company policy that all window blinds must be opened for takeoff and for landing.
As you leave the aircraft, inflate your life jacket by pulling the red tag. If necessary, blow into this mouthpiece to top up the air. The life jacket is fitted with a light and a whistle. Your oxygen mask is behind the panel just above your head. If the cabin air system should fail, this will be released. Stay in your seat and pull the mask towards you to open your supply. Please note that the bag does not inflate. Place it over your mouth and nose and adjust the band to secure it, then breathe normally. Do make sure your own mask is correctly fitted before helping anyone else. In some areas, you release the mask by pulling on this coloured streamer. If you're in a Club World sleeper seat, you may need to reach through the dividing screen to retrieve your mask. All electronic devices, including mobile phones, must be switched off, and all headsets must be removed whenever the engines are running on the ground during takeoff, approach and landing. Please ensure your mobile phone and any devices that can send or receive calls or text messages remain off for the flight. Any items with a flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Some electronic devices can be used once we're airborne. Please check High Life magazine. Take care your hand baggage isn't blocking the aisles or exits. It must be put under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. But place items in the locker carefully, as they may fall and injure someone. As we prepare for takeoff, please make sure that your tray table is put away, your seat is upright and your armrest is down. Please stow your individual video screen and footstool if you have them. Finally, take a look at the safety card in the seat pocket. If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We hope you have a relaxed and enjoyable flight.
Gatwick. I would like to add my personal welcome to you all and welcome back our Executive Club members and One World frequent flyers. If there is anything we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let us know. We do recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated, as physically fastened when the seatbelt sign is on. We
are about to start our onboard service, offering complimentary food and drinks to all customers. This will be followed by the opening of our highlight shop. Please take a look at the brochure in your seat pockets. We do hope you enjoy your flight with us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Gatwick. The time has just gone 20 past 3 in the afternoon. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. You may no longer receive calls as well as use all data services on your handheld electronic devices. When it is safe to leave your seat to take care of opening overhead lockers, items may be removed and fall and cause injury. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you, and remember that smoking is not allowed until you have reached a designated area. If your journey ends here at Gatwick after disembarking, please follow the signs marked arrivals. If you are connecting to an international flight and your baggage is checked through to your final destination, please follow the signs marked flight connection. If you are connecting to a flight to the UK, Ireland or Channel Islands and your baggage is checked through to your final destination, please follow the signs marked arrivals, as you will need to clear immigration here at Gatwick. Customers, all of us at British Airways and the One World Alliance would like to welcome our customers who live here in London and wish those of you visiting an enjoyable stay. If you are travelling further, we wish you a safe onward journey. It's been a pleasure to look after you, and we look forward to welcoming you back again very soon.